according to Globe Newswire, the custom t-shirt printing market is expected to increase by $10 billion by 2025. With that said, I'm here to inform you about my career choice in owning a custom t-shirt apparel business. The three things that I want to talk to you about are ways to decorate your garment, how rewarding this industry can be, and new technologies. My first main point that I want to talk about is there's multiple ways to decorate your clothing, three of which are screen printing, embroidery, and sublimation. Screen printing is the most popular. What you do is you design your image in a design shop program, and then you take it back to a dark room where you use like a red light, and then you burn your screen, and then you emulse it, and then you're ready to print. So then you will use a squeegee, and then you'll use plastisol ink. And plastisol ink is a non-water soluble ink, meaning it's composed of PVC particles, and it will not dry if left out at all. It has to be run through a dryer or else it will not dry. Embroidery is probably the most time-consuming one because you always have to make sure that your design is straight, because if it's not straight, then it'll be crooked and it won't be centered on your garment. I spoke to Brenda Paulzine. She's a former business owner here in Faribault of Sportswear by Design, and she said that embroidery outlasts any other process out of the three here, except for sublimation, which we'll get into next. It's just a more elegant way of bringing your design to life, and it outlasts most any other process. Sublimation can be done in two ways. One, you can print it out on a piece of paper like this, and then you take it back to your heat press and heat press it. And how it works is there's the ink infuses into the garment and turns into a gas, which you won't feel it, which turns into something like this. This is actually a cut and sew item. So what they do is they run a big piece of polyester through a big heat press with paper, and then they cut each piece out individually. So they'll cut the sleeve, the front, the hood, and then they'll individually sew this whole sweatshirt together. The second thing I want to talk about is how rewarding this business can be. I have been in this business for almost 15 years. It is so rewarding when we do benefit shirts for people who have illness or anything like that, because not only is it helping our business, but it's also helping families in need and is increasing so that they can pay their medical bills and they can upsell those shirts. The third main point I would like to talk about is the DTG machine, is also known as the direct-to-garment machine. This is like the middle child who is just starting to get attention from suppliers. It's basically like your at-home printer. You put your shirt on, you load your design, and you hit print, and your shirt is done in less than 5 minutes. This machine is supposed to help increase your profit margins and quality of printing. In conclusion, the three main points that I talked about today were different decorating processes, one rewarding aspect of this business, and new technology. I just want to close with one thing. Becoming a small business owner is hard, especially in your own town, because without the support of your community, there's no way you can make it. So go support your local small business. Thank you. Questions?
What
1996, and it was just a trophy. At that point, it was just a trophy and awards business. And then he passed away, and me and my mom decided to sell in 2013. And I kind of stayed with it, and the new owner added apparel, which has been fun because that's what I wanted to do before, and I couldn't do it. Yeah.
How many charities have you been involved in?
We do a lot of fundraisers. So the most recent one we just did was Redefine Recovery. They are a new, going to be opening it up here shortly. They're for drug and alcohol counseling here in town. So we made shirts for them to promote their business. Yeah.
What's your favorite design thing to do?
I would have to say sublimation because you can be so creative with it. Sublimation doesn't cost by color, so you can have thousands of colors in a design, and you get more bang for your buck, I guess. It's probably the most fun because a customer that comes in can be just off the wall creative with anything. Yeah.
How much waste do you have experience? How many screw-ups?
A lot. The printing process is not perfect. You always have to do a test before you do anything, and to get it right the first time is always hard. So, except for with sublimation, especially with the cut and sew, because we don't do that in-house, we order it out, so I don't get to see how many screw-ups they make, so.
What's the white object that you held up?
This?
Yeah, what is it?
Oh,
what does it do?
This is a hoop. So this is how you hoop your garment.
What does that mean?
So in embroidery, you take your shirt and you put it on I couldn't bring it because it was too big, like a platen, and then you straighten your garment out, and this goes on the bottom. And then once you have your design straight, you put it on this machine up here, and then you snap it down. And then it slides into the machine.
So is a machine like a sewing machine?
Yeah, it's like an industrial embroidery machine. So you have like a screen over here, and then you have 12 needles. It's a long process.
Seems like a little area you could make them bigger.
Yes, so there's about 7 different sizes of hoops. This is the smallest.
Okay.
So this would be used for if you're doing a backpack. And because you don't have a lot of room on some bags to put design